welcome back. Nice little short break we had ahead of play, and we're ready to go again. Who's ready then? Excuse me. First up it is Gurney against Nico Springer. Good evening everyone, how are we all? I hope everyone is good. I've got the board set up as well, so in between games we can have a little chuck and so on. I took some advice from people as well, and I'm trying to tinker and change my grip a little bit, perhaps, to make it work. But Dan Dawson is on screen. So, what are we saying, everyone? First of all, who are we fancying tonight? Remember, where's not that one? They're getting Nico Springer, there we are. Welcome along everyone. Kev's going for Springer, Klose and Cullen, Barney, the Decker, Schindler, Veen. Oh, and so not a problem, mate. How are we all? Hope you all had a nice little break, but we are ready to go again. Some absolute belters of ties. Just gonna share some links on social. And Philip Brzezinski is on stage, and we are ready to rock and roll for the first game of the evening. What's everyone up to this evening? Apart from being here, obviously. How are we doing, Rob? Good to have you in. Waiting for SmackDown. Yeah, I'm gonna watch SmackDown when I get in. Like I said, I've got the board camera and that set up, so we can have a little chuck in between. I'm trying to work on my throw, and took on board what a couple of people said, and maybe swap things around, change my grip around a little bit, and position the dart with the right hand and see what we can do. But Nico Springer is walking to the stage. You're still getting past, yeah, probably got, but I'm just trying to work on stuff and see if I can get the hand open quicker and so on. I'm going to play the game against you, God, don't worry. We'll be flicking flights, rattling darts, talking in your ear. Give you the full Peter Manley treatment. So in between games, I'll show you. Instead of I've always gripped at the back, so I've tried to move my grip forward and just change the finger position a little bit, and so on. Callum Ridsmax lost this afternoon to Andrew Gilding. past Daniel. A lot of them would have been travelling today back from Cardiff. So the honest answer is I don't know. Don't worry, Kev. You'll still see him on some streams and whatever, and doing some other content. But Super Chin is on the stage. Outside darts and footy. What's my favourite sport? I love boxing. Boxing's up there. A bit of cricket as well. Really want to see Springer win the whole thing. Like, he's capable, 100%. We've seen the levels that Nico Springer has. Off to see Wayne Mardle playing next to Bill. Yeah, no, he said last night he had one. Need a Scutt in your office, get some confidence playing. To be fair, Joe, God was working on something about that, so there may be one soon. Now that God has to be more careful about his views of players due to career, can he just bash presenters instead? Oh. To be fair, look, obviously you've got the Omni and the Scolia. I've not used them. I've not used either, so I can't comment on the differences between the two, which one's better, which one's not. What happened to that? Brad, that's coming. Don't worry, that's on the way. Do English people get to watch the whole US Darts Masters? It'll be on PDC TV. But we are underway. Daryl Gurney has the darts here in the opener. Yeah, like I said, I've not used either. Don't get me wrong, I threw 9 darts on the Omni at the Target launch event, and it didn't malfunction on me. Nice. 25 grand a ticket, wow. Nico Springer. That page up as well. Don't lie. Let's refresh. Has the Daryl Gurney throw under some early pressure here? And it goes. Nico Springer breaks in leg 1. Daryl Gurney under a bit of pressure here. What sets the Scolia above the Omni for me is Scolia's dedication to company, so Omni is just absorbed into the target. That's fair enough, Rob. I feel like people who book to go to New York, can they? No idea, mate. I've never booked tickets for it. Target also have a history of killing online dartboards, i.e. Nexus just stopped support. Yeah, the Nexus didn't really work, did it? It was Oh, to be fair, it picked out my shank into the treble 13 and things like that. It's all good. Nico Springer averaging 104 right now. The problem is with the Unicorn Smartboard, Brad, is you had to use those horrible blue darts, didn't you? You couldn't use your own? No, Nico Springer now looking at 70 for a 2-0 lead. What a session it is here this evening, and look at those pictures. The crowd looks rammed this evening. But you couldn't rotate the yeah, that's not great, Gob. Nico Springer, this is a huge opportunity, and Daryl Gurney takes the chance presented to break back. Springer will be kicking himself. He's bossed the early stages of this game, however, finds himself a level at 1-1. I still see the smart boards in pubs aimed at more social darts. Fair. Hey, well, do you think Stephen Bunting will break Peter Wright's record? No, I think look, he's got a tough one this week because he faces Littler. But Stephen Bunting has played well in this year's Premier League. Going into yesterday, I haven't seen the updated ones, but going into yesterday, he had the 4th highest running average in this year's Premier League. So you can't keep playing well and losing, so I don't think so. But Gurney seems to have awoken from his slumber for a leg and a bit. Nico Springer, has he passed up a huge opportunity? Should have led 2-0. He hasn't, and he's let Gurney in. How are we doing? Maximus, good to have you in. Again, Friday evening. What more could you want? Plenty of darts action going on here at OD. But Gurney looking to lead here. 1 dart left at double 18, and he's missed. Can Springer break again? Is it going to be 3 legs and 3 breaks? No, it is not. So Gurney will come back. And like Springer in the leg before, Gurney has made an absolute mess of this. God, I've just seen the highlight. Did Gravenberch do 3 balls earlier? This is a very, very weird game. Yep. First time in a game of MODUS, fair enough. But this game is a very, very strange one so far. That both players have had chances, missed chances. Yeah, look, we saw it at the World Cup as well last year, Joe, didn't we? That there's obviously a high level in there, but consistency is the issue. Bit like this game here, consistency. One minute they're consistently good, the next minute they're consistently bad. Double 18 is becoming a hindrance to Daryl Gurney. More missed darts at it. Is Springer going to steal? No, he's not. The doubling stats are going to be horrific. Right now, Springer is 2 from 14. Daryl Gurney is 1 from 10. Make that 2 from 12. Between them, 26 missed darts at double. Just struggling at the moment. Scoring phases have been alright. It's the outer ring that's causing them the problem. Remember, if you are new here, we are Online Darts, keeping you up to date with everything in the darting world. So come and say hi. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we will keep you up to date with everything. Evening, Chris. I had some old school hot dogs for tea. Which I have to say, were decent. I've also purchased my £166 million ticket for later. So, if all goes well, I'll still be doing this, but we might just have a few new gadgets and gizmos. And Springer has broken again. 5 legs, 5 breaks of throw. My £166 million ticket. You've got to believe, haven't you? I had no onions, not a massive onion fan, but barbecue sauce. I don't dislike onions. I'm just not overly. If you win, employ job, go with your teeth. What a long ass day. I'd like to congratulate Joe his first 9 dart at the ADC Vault. Yes, I did see the posts on social from Joey. Good stuff, William. But you've got to be in it, ain't you? If you're not, you can't complain. Someone's got to win it. The odds are stacked against it, but you've got to believe, haven't you? So 135 for Springer. Can someone hold in this game or not? At the moment, it's not looking likely. Gurney misses a dart, double 16. Springer, 92 to hold. And he's missed 2 darts to hold. How are we doing? Christina, good to have you back in. And Daryl Gurney, 3-all, 6 legs, 6 breaks. This is madness. Evening James, got a curry and a few beers with me watching the darts. Guys, what curry have you gone for? What's your curry of choice? Nico Springer, a penny for his thoughts. Remember, everyone, you know what that like button is, you know what that subscribe button is for us here. Some absolute incredible ties coming up today. Coming up next, Ricardo Petreczko against Daniel Klose. And then we've got Ryan Joyce against the rockstar Joe Cullen. Ryan Searle in action, then Barney takes on Ricky Evans. Mike De Decker taking on Martin Lukeman of the Wall. Martin Schindler then take on Adam Hunt, and the final game could be the best. Jan van Veen against Connor Scutt. I'll be expecting you back on. Not anytime soon, Joe. I just haven't got time. There's so much PDC darts going on and so on that one day yes, but just not anytime soon. Unfortunately, the PDC calendar is just stacked. No 9 data as of yet. Max, though, this is the opening round today. So the top 16 in the world don't come until tomorrow. Had a Vindaloo, Keeman, Plain Rice. Yeah, not too much. Had some hot dogs. Didn't have time to get anything of any substance. And look, finally we have a break of throw. Daryl Gurney has eventually... How? Just out of interest, chat room, what is everyone's curry of choice? Luke, that is unbelievable, but do you think the other way it's going to be a bit one way, traffic a bit boring? No, look, Luke is incredible. The talent the young man has is remarkable, but can he be beaten? Absolutely. Is it difficult to beat him? Yes. But look, there are many talented dart players in the world these days that, look, Luke is more consistent than them more regularly at the moment. But Luke Humphreys, Michael Van Gerwen Price, Michael Smith, if he can get back to health, Gary Anderson, remember, pushed Luke to the limit at the Grand Slam last year. So yeah, look, yes, Luke is unbelievable. But there are lots of good players as well. Any seafood cone nice? I do like a king prawn curry myself. Chicken boona, lamb boona, chicken boona, lamb boona, prawn boona, mushroom rice, bag of chips, keema naan and 9 pompadons. I'll have a sagaloo as well, please, Mick. I know that line. And by the way, after our and don't say technology is never listening, because after our amazing conversation on old school cartoons on the Pro Tour, my TikTok feed was just full of cartoon theme songs. Nico Springer has got a chance at the champagne shot here. Are we about to send corks popping? No, we're not. I see a lot of people compare Littler to Taylor, interim, the way they play, be opponents, Prime Taylor and current Littler. It's so hard to judge eras, and look, we do it in everything. We do it in sport, full stop. We compare Pele and Maradona to Messi and Ronaldo and so on. We do it in boxing. We compare heavyweights. So look, it happens in all sports, that those comparisons. And Nico Springer has broken Daryl Gurney again. The doubling stats: Gurney 4 from 17. Nico Springer 5 from 21. I rarely talk about my personal feelings, but when I'm practicing at home, pretend I'm stepping up to win a world title. Come on, no, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. No, I think every player visualises in different ways. I saw a short clip of when Mace, you're comparing it. Look, Mace is incredible the way he breaks the game down and just talks about it in its purest sense. We are extremely lucky in darts that we have some elite pundits that are able to break the sport down, and Mace is one of them. Phil, did you see the operatic? No, I didn't see it because obviously I haven't got my sound on. And finally, Nico Springer finds a ton-topping finish of 103 to take out Daryl Gurney. It wasn't the prettiest match on the eye. I think it would be a very, if you could teleport them both into that environment, I think it would be a very close contest. Big win though for Nico Springer. As he gets the job done. Right, shall we? If I fade that across there, just checking that you guys can still hear me. So I used to grip right at the back, so I just tried to move the grip forward. Right, but they land a bit flatter, but just been working with it to see if I can Mace is one of the experts. Mace, the way he breaks it down is superb. those three weren't particularly great, but it's just trying to. Yeah, Springer's English is good. So, oh, sorry, not a problem. I've never really had one, to be fair. Evening, Paddy, hope you are good. Spraying them around now. There's the straight one. What was your dart? I don't know. I've been thinking, people ask me this a lot, and the honest answer is I don't know. Yeah, I used to, when I can, so that's kind of the new action, and this is how it. That's going back to holding it at the back of the dart like I used to, but to be fair, that actually didn't feel too bad. I didn't really have what I now, to be fair. I've got a few things, but again, that's the. See, what? Now it feels weird. Kept putting them out of the. Let's go back to holding them up front. So this is what happens when you've had the ips. You start playing with the throw and so on. And then you end up throwing them left-handed. Game shot that hole in the surround for bars. Let's do the. Just trying to find something comfortable to get them to come out of my hand. $125. So, when I get them to come out of the hand fine, it's alright. then they come out like that. It's just all over the place. Let's have a quick 3 with the little Peter White ones with the moulded flight and stem. Alright, 3 more and then we'll go back to the Let's go back to this. Right. Phil, when the darts comes back to us, can you Dolan overtake Gurney for the World Cup? To be fair, I think that Josh Rock and Daryl Gurney are a better pairing for Northern Ireland, and in terms of camaraderie and everything like that. Possibly, Max. Yeah, look, I'm going to try some different bits and so on. At the moment, I've got an intermediate stem in at the moment. I've got some short fusions. Could try them. Here comes Petreczko, Ricardo. Petreczko's not hanging around, storming down. So I've put a short one on that. We'll give him a go. Right, both players are on stage. Klose and Petreczko. Oh, maybe Kirk's not made it yet. No. But I think it's too early at the moment. But it is... Who's got the... I'm not sure. Is England? Wait a minute. I haven't. Let me have a look, Marcus. I've not looked. Let's have an investigation. England. There we go. Right. Tonight's lineup. Pickford. Right, so is it a back four? My initial impression is I think Mark Gahey should be in it. I think he's been superb. I'm not sure, is my honest answer. I'm not sure on Lewis Skelly either. Daniel Klose has the darts in the opening leg. And he's down to a finish first. Right. Stream. Dan, what stream? As I say, it didn't flicker my end. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Internet might have had a little wobble. I'm saying it was a scrappy opening leg from both. Petreczko needs to rediscover that form. Would love to see Eddie Howe get the England job one day. Yeah, look, I can't believe he wasn't interviewed for it in the first place. I'm not saying he'd have got it. They might still have gone with one of the other options, but the fact that he wasn't interviewed is ridiculous. Phil, what did you use? Career? What did I used to be a delivery driver, and I used to love delivery driving, to be fair. And then it was 2012ish. My mate started up his own business. It was a lot of social media stuff, and he was like, "Look, come and work for me." It was a start-up, and it was like, why not? Let's go and give it a go, because I was always busy on social media anyway, Twitter back in the day, and so on. So I took the plunge and went to work for my mate. And that led on to other opportunities and so on, and then we're here how we're here. So I worked for him, then I worked for Katina Media, and then I went out on my own. What's been the scores this evening? Only one game so far this morning. Ruben and Nico Springer beat Daryl Gurney 6-4. To be fair, I'm not sure if it's come out yet, but I saw it advertised. There's a really good, or it looks a really good documentary from Sky about the decline in English managers. Why should Frank Lampard not be English manager? I think Frank gets a little bit of a rough deal, if I'm being honest. Yes, okay, his spell at Everton wasn't particularly productive, granted. However, his spell at Derby, his spells at Chelsea were decent, and now what he's doing at Coventry, I think there is a potential very good coach in Frank Lampard if he's given time. Oh yeah, I agree, Bob. There is a whole host. He didn't last long at Bayern, and look, I'm not saying Tuchel's the answer either. By the way, I think England missed the trick in not getting Pochettino. I hope we get the triple threat, Adam. Yeah. Didn't Roberto Di Matteo win the Champions League as well? And it's not turned out well for him. Yeah, ultimately England did want Pep, but it backfired when he signed a new deal for City. To be fair, I can't do it. This, unfortunately, Johnny, that it's not on Dark Connect, and there's not more I can do that's over half a screen. Yeah, unfortunately, that Dark Connect don't, or it's not on an iPad. There's markers on the screen. Again, this game just pottering along. Not really. It needs a little spark at the moment. It's not really there at the moment. This game. Klose, not really in any danger on his own darts at the moment. Petreczko not threatening the closer throw. But 2 darts missed there. Can now Petreczko step in with a champagne shot? If Ange goes, it's not going to happen, but I'd have Pochettino back at a heartbeat. Like an absolute heartbeat. And Klose leads 3-2. But then Petreczko starts with a maximum. This has got one of those games that feels like it's going to go the distance. What do you rate Spurs' chances of winning the Europa League? I think as good as anyone's. Look, don't get me wrong, we're not a good side. But I don't think that the Europa League is that strong this year. So I think it's there. It's there for anyone's taking. I think we've got as good a chance as anyone. Look, Areola will be in hot supply from after what he's done this year. There's no question there. Bilbao are favourites, but I don't think they're a great team. They're okay, but they're beatable. Boris could end up qualifying for the World just playing Euro Tours. That would be incredible. Big bad Boris. And Petreczko does level it up. He's upped his average to about 94 now. He's just maybe upping the ante a little bit here. Still not a particularly pleasing on the eye, this game. No, they are no pushovers. I agree, but they're not as good without like people like Omar Mamouche. They were a much more dangerous side with him in it. Klose is just doing enough, but needs a treble here. Can't find one, and for the first time, Petreczko has got an opportunity. And every time Petreczko thinks he's got a chance, he then just doesn't back it up. Seems a really frustrating game, this one, at the moment. And again, trebleless. Neither player can just string any consistency together at all here at the moment. Is this the moment for Ricardo Petreczko? Is Pikachu about to go ahead? He is. He's found the moment. Look, it's not a match that has had the utmost quality in it, but Petreczko has just found something. Can he now seal victory? He's in front. 2 legs he needs. And look, he's doing enough at the moment. I wouldn't say it was convincing, but Klose has fallen off a cliff at the moment. Neither player is Brendan Rodgers going to Spurs. I don't think so. .64 for Petreczko. Again, just not really stretching his legs when he needs to. He's just inviting a chance for Klose. 2 darts, though at double 8. And his finishing the last 2 legs has been very, very good. Petreczko 1 leg away from victory. Can he get the job done here? Oh look, Alexander Isak is a Champions League forward. If Newcastle qualify for the Champions League, then he'll stay. If not, it will cost someone a lot of money to get him out of there. Who's the best German slinger at the moment? I think it's Springer. I think Springer's the best German player at the moment. Petreczko is not going to win it here. He's left a double if Klose misses. Can Klose keep this contest alive? He can't, so Petreczko is going to get his chance to win it. He takes his time, composes himself, but Ricardo Petreczko Pikachu does see off Daniel Klose. Look, the next game, I promise you, will be better than this. Looks like either Liverpool, Arsenal, I think Newcastle. I'm not sure either one of them can afford him. If you could pick one player outside the top 16, but in the top 32 to win a major, who would it be? Hard to know. Right, so outside the top 16, but inside the top 32. To win a first time major, is this? Oh, just to win one. I'm gonna go first time major. In that little block, I think the obvious candidates are Ryan Searle, Veen, and Dirk, perhaps. Right, let's have a quick go with these shorter flying stemming. I'm not sure if it's the smaller flight or the length of it, but they sit flatter. Yeah, they definitely sit flatter. Have you tried drawing? Let's have a. You mean like that, Rob? It does feel weird, I'll give you that. I don't like this short stem. Let's go back to the intermediates. Yeah, it feels like there's nothing. It does feel strange. Let's go back to original grip with little pullback. So 3 more. After that last game, they're not hanging around. Mr. Brzezinski is on the stage already. '92. Right. Oh yeah, it feels really weird with no pullback. Right. Joe Cullen against Ryan Searle, then chat room. What are we saying? Who are you going for? Again, 2 unpredictable players. I think that's fair to say. The rock star Joe Cullen walking on. The rock star is doing his walk on. What a game, Searle posting. I think that Searle will play well tonight. Right, both players are on the stage. Joe Cullen has won the ball, but we all know how good Ryan Joyce is in that. Mr. Bevins has made it. Fresh from Cardiff last night. The Kirkulator has made it. Right, chat room, score predictions then, what are you saying? Let's get them in. So Cullen gets us underway. Get the impression that this game is going to be about Cullen. I kind of think that Joyce will play at a very consistent level. It's whether Joe Cullen fluctuates too much. Already questions being asked on the Cullen throw. Joyce has effectively taken the darts here in leg one. Well, he has now down to 1-2-7 in game. The Hinks. And no finish for Cullen. So Joyce doesn't need to take this the flamboyant way. Leaves 72. Cullen 182. Needs a treble from somewhere, finds one. So look, Joyce, we know he loves that double 16 region. He's missed a big number, only a dart at the ball. He only needs a dart at the ball. I've got this. Break a throw for Ryan Joyce. What has Cullen got in response? So 140, it's not a bad response, is it? Cullen started off well, but has not backed it up at all here. He'd be disappointed. He's kind of let Ryan Joyce off the hook. Both down to ton toppers. Joyce is not going to get a go. Cullen is going to get a look at 111. Treble 17 would have left tops. It's not going to go. So Joyce 20 for double 16. He doesn't normally give you second chances in that southeast region of the board. And in the blink of an eye, Joyce leads 2-0. Cullen is in a bit of bother right now. Joyce is just one of those awkward players. But he just does enough. It's just in and around all the time, making life difficult for you. Third game of the evening. Cullen needs to get a leg on the board here. Cannot be broken twice. Just not firing on all cylinders, Joe Cullen here. The rock star is not rocking. But he does have 6 to get rid of 156. And he's going to need all of them. Two trebleless visits, he's just making a mess. It's just not a very eye-pleasing game, but Joyce does find a treble. And Joe Cullen misses 2 at tops for a leg. This 104 would hurt. Oh, he's going to get a dart. Should have got a dart. Missed a big number. A disaster for Joyce. And is Cullen going to take advantage? The answer is he's not. And it is 3-0. It's a double break of throw. Cullen is in a world of trouble. Cullen's average is dipped to 77. This is a disaster for the Rockstar. Joyce is just cantering to victory at the moment. No maxes for either player. Now, Ryan Joyce has never been the biggest maximum hitter, but Joe Cullen's normally good for something, but the average just keeps getting low at 75 now. What is happening? Four nil. Is it even his C game, James? It's a disaster, that's what it is. Right now, the Rockstar he's not rocking. In fact, he's heading for exit stage left. wasn't expecting this, if I'm being honest. Look, Ryan Joyce has not played well, but he's not had to. Cullen has gift wrapped it to him. Another treble. Oh, I say that Cullen would have been worried. Should be 18 for double 16. Double 16 for a leg. And he can't buy a double right now. Joe Cullen is 0 from 7. Ryan Joyce is 5 from 6. It's turning into a darting disaster for the Bradford man. It's looking as if he is going to be bageled. To be fair, look, don't get me wrong, his scoring game has been woeful. But when he has thrown for a double, they are hugging the wires. They've not been poor darts at a double. But that is irrelevant because they've not gone in. And is this the bagel, the whitewash, the demolition job? It is. Cullen is bageled 6-0 to Ryan Joyce. That one wasn't on the bingo card either. Disaster for Cullen. Up next. There's Ryan. Heavy metal Searle. What are we saying here? Surely Searle isn't going to have any trouble with the host nation qualifier, is he? Or is he? So, score predictions then. Evening, Katrina, good to have you in. There is absolutely no value in the Ryan Searle game whatsoever. Even the handicap markets are awful. So, quick break while they talk to Ryan Searle. Well, you know. I like Ryan. Good lad. Nice guy. Evening, Joe. Good to have you in, buddy. What channel is the England game on today, everyone? Is it BBC or ITV? ITV. Thanks, Katrina. I might get the iPad out in a minute and stick it on as well. Cheers, Jonathan. So, get your score predictions in then for heavy metal. Jono's watching that, I'm watching you. Fair enough. Look, I think you've chosen the right one, haven't you? You've had the better option. So, what are you saying then? How many legs does Searle give away? Two. Six one Searle. So pictures are back. Joe Cullen's first 9 average, only 88. That's a mile off from the Rockstar. No maximums from either player, 0 from 7. Joe had his chances and couldn't convert. Nice, Katrina, nice. I think, look, Ryan has all the ability in the world. Just needs to convert. We know the game's there. And Mr. Brzezinski is on stage. 6-0 Searle. So here we go. Walk-ons are happening. Searle should walk this, but nothing's ever a gimme, is it? Fabulous crowd in this evening as Heavy Metal makes his walk. So I was almost, he's got to the bottom of the walk on now. And at least he's on the stage now. Interesting, they're continuing to give the new referees a bit of a go. Even though Mr. Bevans has made it. Franz is refereeing. Look at the state of that dart case. It's like a lunchbox. What's he got in there? Has he gone for the Peter Wright Raymond van Barneveld 20 sets on stage? The last 4 games of the evening should be exquisite. Raymond van Barneveld against Ricky Evans, Mike de Decker against Martin Lukeman, Martin Schindler against Adam Hunt, and Jan van Veen against Connor Scutt. But we are underway. Let's see his technique. Be interesting. Very different dart, that. It's like a quite a short flight and stem combo. One green flight, 2 black. It's almost like, it's almost the same shape as Ryan Searle and Fallon Sherrick's dart. That kind of shape. But I haven't got comms on, so if they tell the story about why he throws one green flight and seems to throw that one first. Evening, Great Showman, good to have you in. And in double quick time.
It's like that sort of showboating, punching thing that boxers do.
No, he doesn't. It's the first time he hasn't thrown the dart first. Ryan, so I'm not sure if it's in. It's in, Ryan. Don't worry about that. This one looks to have some maximum for the young man. He's up to his average. It was a nervy first leg for him, but Ryan Searle maybe maybe involved in a game here. Maybe one he didn't think he was going to be. It was a good night last night, Grace Omen, yeah. It was enjoyable. Well, the final was a brilliant game. Very enjoyable. First dart at the double for the young man. And that dart is at tops. And he's not hit it, so Searle for an early break and a 2-0 lead. To Heavy Metal. Yeah, he wanted those gold darts, didn't he? Ooh, the dart at tops from the young man's a mile away as well. Ryan Searle looking like he's just going to run away with this now. He's a break up and he's storming towards a 3-leg cushion. The average is over the 106 mark at the moment. Brilliant, mate. Thank you very much. Pleasure. Glad you've done that, mate. Thank you. I must admit, it'll be nice. No Pro Tours the beginning of this week, so get a chance to catch up on some bits that haven't managed to yet. It is 3-0 to Ryan Searle. No, but we've got some more coming up. Don't worry, Malachi. It's only a rare week off. Searle is just there's gears and there's levels to this. They should be weekly. I love that, Rob. Love that. So when is the next bunch then? So none this week. But then we've got, so nothing, then we've got a Euro Tour, not next weekend, the weekend after, and then the Pro Tours return on when was the one before that? 9. 31st of March, the Pro Tours return. So only 10 days to wait for a Pro Tour. It's not too bad. This would hurt. 555 or for a 130 finish when you're sat on tops. That is brutal from Ryan Searle. Yeah, Searle is on fire at the moment. I hope Ricky Evans can get it done, Nathan, and that's nothing against Barney, but I think this means a lot to Ricky. Oh, we get a little ferret finger point from Ryan Searle. Ricky is on next year. Oh, it's something bonkers, isn't it, Katrina? It's just raining 9 darters. It's what they do. Yeah, and look, I can only imagine what Ricky's been through the last few weeks, and look, darts is his escape, isn't it? It's when he doesn't have to think about things. Will probably be 16 and tops for 5-0. There's the 16, and there's the tops, 5-0. To be fair, the young man, Larin, if that's how you pronounce his name, that he's actually played okay here. To be fair, he's had a couple of chances, and look, on debut he's done okay. It's another maximum for Ryan Searle. Yeah, no, Katrina, you've summed that up really well there. I agree. I love Ricky to bits. An absolute diamond. What odds is Barney? Let's have a... I think mainly, I don't think they know, I don't think the bookies know what kind of game we're going to get. Both players are unpredictable and have vulnerabilities, but it is a 6-0 ton topping average for heavy metal Ryan Searle. Who scored, Rob? Oh, no, but oh, just kicked off our fares. I thought it was a 7:30 kickoff for some reason. But Barney. No, not that one. Can't see it on the small monitor. There he is. Raymond van Barneveld. How are we doing? Hope you're good. Fella's still in shock too. I just... I still think, look, I don't dislike it, Rob. Look, I don't. Would he have been top of my list? No, but I also don't think it's a bad one. I haven't watched one of your streams in ages. Monday for the live lounge. Would it have been? No, all the Pro Tours, one of them. But also, we also know what has to be done, don't we? With who's on next. The Barney alarm has sounded. He's not joined in with the national anthem until he feels he's... To be fair, I haven't got an issue with foreign coaches, not just Tuchel, that any foreign coach that doesn't sing a national anthem that's not their own, I haven't got a problem with that. So, about 2 minutes 20 till the Barney game. No, I'm with you, Rob. I've not got an issue. It does kind of bug me when players don't sing it. I've got to admit, I like to see the players singing it. How we doing? So, score predictions then for what is sure to be an emotional game. Raymond van Barneveld against rapid Ricky Evans. I suppose, man, I better get the iPad out and mind. I better put it on and look interested. Well, I'm at 30 odd seconds to go, not long everyone. Barney against Rapid. Right, there we go. I don't like that Rashford's playing, I've got to say. Also shows what an arse he is, because he was garbage for 2 Man United managers. 1, alright, but 2, and then all of a sudden he wants to play. Anyway, halfway through the session, first 4 games, Nico Springer getting the better of Daryl Gurney, then Ricardo Petreczko beating Daniel Klose, Ryan Joyce and Ryan Searle both winning 6-0. But pictures are back, getting ready for walk-ons. I wonder what Ricky's going to walk on to. Is he sticking to Madonna? We'll have a quick bit of sand in a minute to find out. What's the Barney alarm? It's just something that when Barney went to Q school, we did it tongue in cheek, and we've just kept it since. We've got a few alarms now for when certain players. You'll see some tomorrow. We've got.
Finalist auf der European Tour. Hier kommt der schnellste Spieler der Welt. Rapid Ricky.
Yeah, he's stuck with a bit of Madonna. My karaoke song, nice. To be fair, it worked really well at the Worlds, I've got to say. Right, it's just like he gets on that stage and he just comes alive. That's like his happy place, isn't it? But on the stage, he can just be him. Right, here comes Raymond van Barneveld. Let's see what version of Barney we get, what darts we get from Barney, that he's chopped and changed equipment loads in the last couple of months. Is he wearing fancy dress? No, that's his shirt, Katrina, for this year. Oh, my dog's barking. I sound shut up. Fez. Barney is on the stage. Let's have a look what Barney's. Someone chucked the ball on for Albania. Right, let's get a close up. It looks like he's gone back to a normal flight and stem Barney. And Ricky Evans has the darts. So it is game on time. I'm not convinced this is Barney's best setup, but he's throwing him, not me. He started brightly enough, but Phil, do you ever go some of your fans when it breaks? He's back. This 70 may have to go here from Ricky Evans to hold, and he's missed a couple of darts at double eight, so Barney has a chance to steal the opener. Tops for Barney, and it is pinned. These ones seem to be sitting a bit flatter for Barney than over the last few weeks. They're not completely parallel, but they seem to be sitting flatter. I don't like the lineup, if I'm being honest. Not a fan. So there's a couple of bits I don't like, if I'm being honest. I think Mark Gahey should be starting. I think he's been incredible for Crystal Palace this year. I think he deserves to start. Not a fan of Rashford at all. I think he's a little rat. And I'm not oversold on Lewis Skelly either. Ricky Evans has had opportunities here. I'd have much preferred Gordon on the left. It looks like they are James yet. Quans he has played okay this season. Has him or Dan Burn played better than Mark Gahey? Not for me. I think Gahey's been sensational. Boris Kirchmar is huge, right? so broad as well. The other one, that the fact he left Morgan Gibbs-White out of the squad, I think Morgan Gibbs-White has been one of the players of the year. I genuinely think he's been superb. I think, isn't Ollie Watkins injured? Or I agree with you, by the way. I'm not saying anything, but I thought Solanke was in because Watkins was injured, or is that not right? Ricky Evans has a leg on the board. Better from Rapid. There you go. There's the first 180. Yeah, I thought so, John. Yeah, Ollie Watkins is injured. That's why he's not picked. Livermento has been. I don't think Lewis Skelly's that good. If Lewis Skelly was playing for Wolves, would he be in the England squad? I don't think so. For how much $9 do you think? I don't think there'll be a 9 in this match. Rapid Ricky Evans has pinned 108 and we are level. 2-2, that's better from... He might have scored, I just don't think he's... Defensively, I don't think he's that great. Barney has got the Rapid darts under a bit of pressure here. Needs another treble, Ricky. $152 for Rapid for 3 legs on the spin. Not going to happen here. So Barney's going to get a chance to break again. And Barney pins the 117 to lead once more. It was a great check out. Maybe too little too late for Ricky in this leg. It is. Barney has 2-leg cushion once again. But again, he has to back it up. It's no good playing well today and then having a mare tomorrow. But Ricky down to 66. Has anyone else's frozen? Not what I can see. Greatest Showman. Evans has missed an opportunity. Is he going to pay? Barney missed the dart, double 18. Ricky Evans breathes again, but he has to hit. Oh, big last start from Ricky Evans. Yeah, it's a weird setup, Rob, isn't it? That, again, I say, spending time with Barney at a few exhibitions, his head really was in his shed. He was literally had the scales out, he was weighing his darts, then weighing a flight, weighing a stem. It was weird. Yeah, but he was doing it for all sorts, Rob. Not just one set. He'd weigh one set, then he'd weigh a K-flex, then he'd weigh a normal flight and stem. It was just weird watching him. Yeah, Luke played lovely in... Ricky Evans, 1-3-4. Opportunity for 4-all. Barney's not going to take out the 145, so Ricky Evans 59 for 4-all, 19 and tops. Tops for Ricky. We have a level game once again. This has gone in little 2-leg bursts. This game, if that trend continues, then Raymond van Barneveld will win this 6-4. Barney led 2-0, then 2-all. Barney led 4-2 and Ricky Evans has just reeled it back in again, but then starts poorly on his own throw. That's better from Ricky Evans. Big last start. So Evans is going to get the chance here to lead this one. He hasn't led yet. If this 84 goes, he will. 14 or treble. Treble it is. Dart missed at double 11. Now Barney, 117. And he's not going to take it out, so Ricky will come back to lead this one and go within one. But disaster strikes. He comes inside. Is Barney going to break again? The answer is no. Nerves for both players here. Double 4 for Ricky Evans. Ricky Evans leads. Stuart Pearce back commentating after so close after a heart attack. That's incredible. And then Evans kicks off Max on the Barney darts. If Ricky Evans converts this to a victory, there will be a massive outpouring of emotion. He's got 6 darts to win it from 2-2-1. And I love it. He bangs in a max to leave 41. He's going to get 2 match darts if he keeps the first one straight. Barney is down to a finish. But Ricky Evans, is this your moment? Double 16. And it goes. Ricky Evans. I want to see the emotion, because it will be emotional. You can see him, he's fighting, he's trying to hold himself together. You can see it. He is fighting every emotion in his body here. I'm a fan of Ricky Evans. Take a bow. Barney's just being Barney, Dylan. That's what he is. That's what he does. So he's just one of them. Like when he's like that. Yeah, if you notice, Rob, more and more are doing that. 6-4 to Rapid Ricky Evans. Mike Ledecker Martin Lukeman. Who do I think will be the next big name to transition over to singles? I don't know, Joe, to be fair, because I think there are a few players of age that just won't play seniors darts no matter what. Look, do I see Gary Anderson ever playing seniors darts? No. Do I see Peter Wright? I'm not. Drop me down. I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not. So I don't know, because there's like I say, there's a few of age, but I don't think they'll do it. Rapid Ricky Evans was the victor. So, the Decker against Lukeman. What are we saying? Uh, 100% Aaron, delighted for Ricky. Just I didn't catch it. Look, a bit of both. Look, Joe. Joe's doubling was awful, but I say awful. They weren't bad. One of those ones where he didn't score particularly well today, but when he had the chance at double, he was putting them all across the wire. So it wasn't a great game from either. But what are we saying then? The Decker against Lukeman chat room. Who are you going for? I agree, Dave. Lukeman's probably not playing as he was this time last year. The deck is 6-3. How are we doing, Big Johnny? Didn't look too happy, did he? Rapid Ricky came from 2-0 and 4-2 behind to beat Raymond van Barneveld 6-4. And you could see it, he was fighting, especially that last leg, he was fighting every emotion in his body just to keep it in check. Look, I love Ricky to bits. Yeah, I agree. So, the Decker against Lukeman coming next. Barney retirement. Wouldn't surprise me. He's slipped out of the top 32 in the world now. Look, is he mentally strong enough anymore? Probably not. The Decker walk on. I'm a fan of the Decker's walk on. I like his new shirt. I'm not sure about his new darts yet, but I like the Decker. There's a lot to like about Mike the Decker for me. Dan Burn just hit the crossbar. Lukeman gonna win. So the Decker has the darts as well. Yeah, look, Callum was disappointed, but look, he'll come back. He's going to get it done. I think Lukeman's throwing new darts. I'm just going to zoom in on PDC TV, but I think he's throwing new equipment. They're not the old worn darts he was throwing last year. Just got a picture. Let's have a. Yeah, they're definitely new, because beforehand he was throwing like an old Bristow. They're obviously based off of a Bristow dart, but yeah, they're certainly not what he was throwing with at the back end of last year. Decker takes the opener. Ross Smith played good today, K-Days. He played some really good stuff. Lukeman levels it up with a brilliant 1-4-2 finish. I'm excited for Danny Noppert. Nice. The Furries. They definitely look a lot grippier, Rob, those darts. Those grooves look quite deep, I think. That ring grip looks a lot deeper than it used to be. It's very, very different to what he was throwing. The Decker in control on his own darts here. It looks like an in-between stem rather than a short. Yeah, it definitely looks longer, I agree. When is he coming? What? Danny Noppert plays tomorrow because he's a seed. Decker leads 2-1, averaging 94. Steady stuff from Mike the Decker. Been impressed here. What's the last match for today? So we've got 2 games after this one. We've got Martin Schindler against Adam Hunt, and then Jan van Veen against Connor Scutt. That will be a good game. To Decker for 3-1, looking at tops. This would sting Lukeman. Oh, that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt mine. Lukeman. I do like the Decker flights that L-Style have made him. I'm a fan of them. PDC TV. Lukeman is pressuring the Decker darts here. And he fires in a maximum to get down to 1-2-1. Martin Lukeman, all of a sudden, he might be 3-1 behind. But he's just putting on a little spurt here. This is good from Smash. Remember everyone, if you are new to online darts, welcome along for the first time. If you've been here for a part of the crew, then welcome back. You know where that like button is, and subscribe to the channel. We have got you covered for all of your darting needs. Reaction from the Premier League yesterday is available on our YouTube channel. Interviews with Chris Dobie and winner Luke Littler. But Lukeman has gone round the houses, overpitched the dart in the 9 massively, and he's paid the price for it. You still feel he's getting used to this new equipment. Not quite there yet for him. But I'll tell you what is there is the Decker. He's there to tidy up. The real deal. Remember, plenty coming your way. Do you think Schindler can win by 2 legs? I'm not sure about Martin Schindler at the moment. And I say that because he's playing with new equipment and I'm not sure he's mastered it yet. I know he won the Pro Tour in the week, but it wasn't convincing at times, and he was very bitty. He'd play well 1 minute and then not well for a couple of legs, and he'd find something that Adam Hunt is capable of playing. We haven't seen the best of Adam Hunt since he got his card back. Look, can Schindler win by 2 legs? Yes, but I don't know what version of Schindler with the new equipment we're going to get. Where the Decker has mastered his new equipment. It's another ton-topping finish. And Decker moves 1 away. Martin Lukeman has played okay here. The Decker has had some big finishes. Remember, 2 games to go. Schindler against Hunt. Shindiggity against the Hunter, and Jan van Veen against Connor Scutt. The Decker, another treble. The Decker coming back now to win it. 48 for the real deal to send Lukeman home. Double 16, 1 dart in hand, and he's missed. Lifeline for smash. Double 18, and he pings it. This one is not done yet. The real deal misses. Smash hits. 5-2. Both of them on the wire for the Decker. They're not poorly thrown darts. But can Lukeman apply some more pressure? Comebacks have to start somewhere. Lukeman looking good here to get another leg back. But he's still going to have to win 4 straight from here. It's a tough ask, but he's making a fight of it. But all of a sudden that 85 is now under pressure. There's a maximum from De Decker. Has it forced a mistake from Lukeman? No, it hasn't. The 85 is taken out. The 180 was in vain. I took the under 9, but fair enough. Pair share 140s at the start of this leg. All of a sudden, things are awakening. De Decker, 1-2-1. But no treble for Lukeman, has given De Decker a bit of breathing space. But he can't find a treble either. So a max would make it interesting for Lukeman. Not going to go now. So, is this the moment that De Decker gets this done? Yeah, I love a bet on the darts. De Decker, is he going to get another match dart here? Another match dart missed. But unfortunately for Lukeman, he's not in striking distance. This time De Decker is over the line. A 6-3 win. Doesn't tell the whole story. Martin Lukeman has played his part in this contest. De Decker 93-61, Lukeman 90-38. But so, it depends on what I fancy, mate, in each game. Like today, there wasn't a lot of value floating around today, so I haven't had a bet today, but we'll see what's tomorrow. De Decker through. Schindler has won the ball against Adam Hunt. So the Decker on the stage. So what are your score predictions then, chat room? For Schindler against Hunt, Shindiggity. Give us your score predictions. Plenty of action still to come. 2 big games. Looking forward to them both. Again, another incredible day. You lot are absolutely rocking it for us. We'll be here both sessions tomorrow and both sessions on Sunday, of course. Keeping you locked in and up to date with absolutely everything. We have you covered here at Online Darts. Did anyone see the videos of Jules van Dongen playing left-handed online? I thought the left-handed action looked quite good, if I'm being honest. Thought he'd done a good job. I'm not sure learning on the job is the right way though, but the action itself looked good. Certainly on his Facebook, Rob, let me... I'm going to go 6-4 Schindler. Well, where did I see them? Let me try if I can find them. What do you think of the next game? I think Van Veen is playing well, but Connor Scutt's very good as well. Right. Let me... 2 seconds, Rob. Let me send you the link. That's the link there of Jules van Dongen playing left-handed. He's teaching himself to play, but I think the action actually looks very good. I think it looks decent. think it was Players Championship 8. Possibly, yeah. One issue, he spins it, and that seems... To be fair, he used to spin it right-handed anyway, Rob, before dartitis. So I think that's just his comfort thing. You think Joe Cullen twiddles it into position as well, doesn't he? I think that's just a thing that he does. Adam Hunt on the stage. Yeah, I have, mate, yeah. Quite possible, yeah, I get it. Shindiggity is on the stage. Again, talking about new darts, I'm not sure these ones that Schindler is using are 100% right for him. I know he won the Pro Tour, but he wasn't incredible to win it, shall we say. That he survived his fair share of fortune. But here we go, ready to rock and roll. The hunter against the wall, or Shindiggity as we like to call him. We like the way he's working. But kicks off 140 does Schindler. So, game on, our penultimate match of the session, and Schindler has started exceptionally well. Back-to-back 2 treble visits. I haven't checked, is he sticking with these new ones? Yeah, it looks like it. Adam Hunt not on a finish, but look, this is on the Schindler throw. It's not the end of the world. It will be if he's broken, of course, next. But he started really well, Schindler. But this was the issue on the Pro Tour, that the consistency levels weren't there. It was good 1 minute, then not quite there the next, but he has taken the opener. No dramas for the wall. be fair, I am looking forward to the last match considerably. Veen against Scutt. You just know it's going to be good. What did Spurs games at Wembley feel like to you? I went to a fair few, Rob, to be fair. That was kind of at the time when it was easier for me to go to football. It felt strange, if I'm being honest. I didn't like it. Look, was it good that we sold it out? Yes, of course. But it was weird because when you play at, when you've got a home ground, that every home ground has got a noisy stand. There's one stand that generates the atmosphere for the whole stadium, and it was weird because you had pockets of fans all over the place, and I didn't enjoy it. No, don't tell her. I enjoyed certain moments of it, but overall, did I enjoy it? No. Funny enough, Rob, we've just been chatting in our OD WhatsApp group as well, and I think in general Wembley is overused. Now, I've got no issue with qualifiers for England games being played at Wembley. I get it. Qualifying games, fine. But friendlies and so on, I'd actually think England should be taken on the road. I used to go and watch England all the time, home and away. And I remember when Wembley was being built, qualifiers were at Old Trafford, but then we'd have other games on the road. And I just think that's better. Have the qualifiers at Wembley, fine. But anything else, get England around the country, get them all over the UK as well, so fans can see it. Where at the moment, like tonight and Monday night, you've got no hope of getting home. If you live in the north, or to be fair, even the south of the UK, you can't get public transport home, so you have to drive and so on. It just doesn't make any sense, and fans and kids can't go and see Wembley, can't go and see England and so on. So qualifiers, yeah, I get it. But put England on the road and semi-finals of FA Cup, fuck that straight off. No semi-final should be at Wembley. Sorry, that's my little rant about Wembley. It is a money pit, 100%. Isn't there still a massive amount to probably rob? Yeah. I don't know how much is left to shift on it, but it wouldn't surprise me. Adam Hunt is in a world of trouble here. He's been broken, 2-0 down. 1-2-1 for Schindler. Trouble 17 leaves the ball. It's not going to go, so Hunt's going to get the chance to break straight back. 79. I remember as a kid growing up, semi-finals were nearly always at Villa Park, Ellen Road or Hillsborough. Hunt's missed the dart to break back. Schindler is going to get one dart for 3-0. And it doesn't go, so Adam Hunt has an opportunity, and this is the inconsistencies of Schindler. Yeah, Old Trafford as well for a few, but just look at where the two teams. Well, you don't even say where the semi-finals are until you know the draw. You look at where they are, and you pick the best ground that suits the two teams it involves. Double 10 goes for Shindiggity 3-0. Like last year, if you've got the two Manchester teams in the semi-final, taking them all the way down to London is absolutely ridiculous. go to Anfield, Ellen Road, or obviously this year you'd have Bramley Dock available as well. The whole thing is just, well, it does my head in. Like again, if you've got two London teams, if you've got Chelsea versus Arsenal, play it at Spurs, and so on, it's not rocket science. If you had Villa against Newcastle, play it at the Etihad. There are so many options available, but the greedy FA. Schindler, down to a finish on the Hunt darts. Hunt still favourite for this leg because he's throwing first. Treble 15 would have left tops. Now he just sets 52 up. Martin Schindler, 1-4-3 for a double break. It's on. It's not now. And so Hunt, this has to go. Cannot be trailing 4-0. 2 at tops. And that's a big leg for Adam Hunt. 3-1. Shindiggity leads. Adam Hunt needs to find some trebles, can't find it. Not applying any pressure here. But Schindler, not really punishing if I'm being honest. Down to 108 though. The average is just dropping for Schindler. Leave double 16 with Hunt not on a finish. This is for 4-1. Adam Hunt, no 180s yet, none for Schindler either. Neither scoring particularly heavy enough at the moment. And Schindler does lead 4-1. Hunt only averaging 82. And bearing in mind, he's missed 4 darts at double as well. So the scoring power not there at the moment. All eyes will be on the last game. That is going to be good. I promise you. I'll give you my guarantee. bogey number left by Adam Hunt, meaning if this is big from Schindler, when it is big, trip to Wembley, then destroy Preston next week. Shindiggity will get a dart for 5-1. He's come inside. This double 16 you feel has to go for Adam Hunt. Started chasing but does find it. (4-2) Schindler leads. To be fair, I've only got it on in the background. I'm not really. I wouldn't say I was 100% concentrating on it. Is this the first max? No, we're still waiting. Schindler threatening a big finish. Leaves 64. The champagne shot though for Adam Hunt is not going to go. No corks popping in this one. So 64 for Schindler, 2 a double 8, and he's missed. Break back opportunity for Adam Hunt. Evening, Mark. Good to have you in. 2 at tops for the Hunter. And he's missed. They're the key moments that Adam Hunt has not found the intended targets. Has he just gift wrapped the opportunity for Schindler? Last start, that will hurt. He's gone round the houses, but he's found double 2 at the last attempt. 5-2, Schindler leads. Connor Scutt's not played yet, Oliver. He's on last game. He is on after this. I'm not really watching. I don't know what's going on. But Hunt, this will have to go 2 at tops to keep this one alive. and it doesn't go, so Schindler gets over the line. 6-2. So, 1 game to go. Well, on the score one on the screen, something that's not available. Live scores are available on the PDC website. So we have Veen against Schindler. So obviously Dart Connect is used on the PDC Pro Tour because there is an iPad there that the markers are putting in the scores, where at these events there's no marker with an iPad, it's all done manually on a board. Looks like Martin Schindler's given a rallying speech. I'm guessing it's in German, so we don't know what he's saying. But it looks like he's given a rousing ovation. I can translate Fez. No, so yeah, that's why the Pro Tour is all on Dart Connect, because every game is marked on an iPad, so the data is just there constantly, where the Pro Tour and the TV events are scored by a person. Yeah, you know, Rob. You know. Harry Kane scores goals. It's what he does, isn't it? What a touch that is, by the way. I've just seen it. What a touch that is from Harry Kane. No problem, buddy. Glad we can help. The way he dragged it out of the air was superb. And then just coolly puts it into the bottom corner. He may well do, but he's still the best number 9. It is time for GVV, Chen van Veen, against Connor Scutt. Look, I know Van Veen is in great form, but Connor is a huge talent. Be interesting to see if he's playing with new equipment yet, or if he's still on the old ones. Who will shoot more 180s? Tough one, because if they're in the groove, they're both very big scorers. So I wouldn't be comfortable saying either. And we have pictures back, so we are getting ready to do this. One game left today, but again, you guys have been absolutely incredible. Right, and Schindler, it didn't feel that good a performance. But first line average of 112, but only finishing with 94. That suggests that the setup play wasn't as crisp as it could have been. For fuck's sake, Jordan Henderson's coming on. Treat yourself. Yeah, Gary won in single fingered last year, didn't he? Just showing some highlights. Looks like the Albanian goalkeeper doesn't want to come off, but he's being told he has to. The old concussion. Come in. We don't need these highlights, we just need to get the players on stage. Don't get me wrong, your little graphics look great. What do you think of the highest ranked player from each country gets to pick their partner for the... I don't dislike it, but the issue that you've got is, let's say for England, and by the way, they don't dislike each other, but let's just say that Luke Humphries is ranked world number 1 at the moment, and he's best mates with Ryan Searle. let's say he didn't pick Littler and picked his best mate Ryan Searle to play for England with. If you're the sponsor and broadcaster and the hottest property's not there, you're going to have the hump a little bit. So I like the theory, but because of what could happen, that they won't allow that. Should be unbeatable, but look, nothing is a gimme in sport. I agree they will be huge favourites, but you never know. Right, they've done the roll of honour, good. So, Van Veen against Scutt. Score predictions. Chat room, who wins the final game of the session? Yeah, look, England will be huge favourites, but Wales and Scotland, if Gary and Peter both play well, could they beat England? Yes. If Gezi and Johnny both play well, could they beat England? Yes. And Mr. Brzezinski is on the stage. As the great Paul Starr would say, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready. The players are ready. And it's tungsten time! You're from Bournemouth. You only live about an hour from me. Bournemouth used to be the closest Premier League venue. Southampton, I live just north of Southampton. I live in Hampshire. I live in a town called Andover. Do you know where rugby is? I certainly do. Mark, thank you very, very much for the super like, mate. I massively appreciate it. Thank you very much. Your generosity, thank you. And again, all you guys, love you all to bits. The support you give us here at Online Darts. And we have a date for the next Live Lounge live. we will be heading to the northeast of the UK in August. We will get something out on Facebook very, very soon. But the next date for the next Live Lounge Live is set. If you want to come along, you'll be more than welcome to. So here we go. Scutt against Van Veen. Scutt has the darts. And he kicks off with a maximum. This is going to be good, isn't it? This has all the ingredients to be a classic. I'm interested to see what Scutt is throwing as well. Are they new, or is he still with the old ones at the moment? They look like the old ones. Yeah, still on the old ones at the moment. Fraser, whereabouts are you actually based in Scotland? I'm sure the darts rankings will update and have that soon for us. It's going to be about 2 hours 45 minutes for you, Fraser. It's not too bad. Connor Scutt does lead 1-0, 106 and 103 averages for the pair. Van Veen on throw here has been dominant on this leg. Connor Scutt not on a finish. Van Veen will return. I like the Connor Scutt throw. Nothing can go wrong. Just very, very simple. One leg, all 2 dominant holds of throw so far. But the pair are just warming up, aren't they? This is how brutal these first round Euro Tour games are. Now we're talking the winner of this could be a potential winner, and they're playing in round 1. Right now, Van Veen is just playing the better. He seems to have settled more than Connor at the moment. He's ahead. Connor could do with another treble here. Doesn't find one. So Van Veen, with a good visit here, will have a break opportunity. he'll be disappointed. Yes, he's on a finish, but he'd like to have been a lot lower than 160. Is it non-league football day tomorrow, Rob? Nice like that. Look, I go and watch my local team quite a lot. Semi-final of the Vars and over New Street. Over 2 legs. That they've got a tough ask, but what a run for a local team to the semi-final. It'll be interesting to see what line Veen had on the ton as Connor Scutt pins double 10 to level it up, because he chose to go 16s on 80, which says to me the dart would have been above and blocked the bed, but let's the pictures do the confirming. No, it's not, it's above. I'm surprised. Been to the final twice. Oh, gutted, buddy. Look, in the semi-final, New Street, we're not favourites to go through, but the magic of the cup. We haven't been favourite for a lot of games, and we've gotten through. So again, you lot have absolutely smashed it today. We will be back 12 o'clock tomorrow for the first session. Remember, the world's top 16, the seeds enter the action. Veen is throwing better than Connor at the moment, but he is going to have to break the throw. $81 for Veen. I wouldn't say I've got a favourite. Look, there's lots of players that I enjoy watching, but we are level at 2 apiece. Remember, Jan is going to have to find something on the Connor Scutt darts. He's been dominant on his own throw. Can he find something against the sniper? Right now, it's not a lot between them in this leg. One week, would you make the live lounge a straight Q&A? Yeah, look. Yeah, we could do. I don't dislike the idea. Teams up here, that's why dominating the FA Vars, 10 plus years, each winner coming from the Northern. That's a great run. One of the local teams from around here, not my local team, but they're only about 20 minutes away. Thatcham did it a few years ago. Might be more than a few years now, but double 16, pinned by Connor Scutt. 3-2, the sniper leads. Yeah, Shonen are only about 45 minutes from me. Half hour, 40 minutes. They used to have a lot of budget for their league as well, Shonen. You just feel both of these have been dominant on their own darts. Is it going to be a mistake or a moment of brilliance that separates these two? As Van Veen just looks to set up 1-3-6, leaves tops. Connor Scutt not on a finish. Van Veen levels 3-all, high quality contest. Van Veen averaging just over 95, but all Connor's best work has been on his own darts. No worries, Nathan. Thank you very much. Connor Scutt bangs in a 140. It was interesting. I was chatting to Johnny about he wants to try the fin to try flight in a kite. Andover Town aren't having a bad season. They're the league below. Andover New Street are the ones that are having the really good season in the Wessex Prem and the semi-finals of the FA Vars. So yeah, if you have a look for Andover New Street, they're the. I didn't watch a lot of it. I just kept looking at the score. But Connor Scutt leaves 74. Andover Town got relegated to the Hampshire Prem, but they're doing okay. Tops for Connor Scutt to lead once more. Doesn't go. Is this the moment of magic from Jan van Veen? 164. Not this time. Who's the best non-league team near me? Oh. What are you classing as non-league, Rob? How far down the pyramid or up the pyramid are you classing this as? Connor Scutt has just missed 3 clear at tops. Is that the mistake? Van Veen doesn't punish. Below Conference North and South. I was going to say, because Eastleigh are Conference, so Eastleigh are only 25 minutes from me, but they're Conference. Hungerford, maybe. I'm not sure if they're the best, but they're probably the most. They're local. Or Winchester City aren't far. Winchester City are only 20 minutes from me. $100%, Rob. Yeah. I remember when Truro were coming up through the leagues. This is going back 10, 15 years. That they had a millionaire pumping money into them. They were coming through the leagues, and basically because of where Truro was situated, they used to sign all the players that got released from Plymouth, Torquay, and Exeter. So they had a wicked side for players at that level. and they were paying silly money. Connor Scutt has a break opportunity here. He's carved a chance. 76. It's going to be one dart, and that dart will be at tops. Huge moment. And he's taken it. The sniper, Connor Scutt, leads 5-3. Jan van Veen will now have to run 3 legs on the spin. His issue is 2 of them are on the Connor Scutt darts. I'm not sure, Daz. Rob, was Chris Vorts, however you pronounce his name, he was your old chairman, wasn't he? Van Veen has a chance here to get one of the breaks straight away. Connor, throwing for the match, has not really done enough here. He certainly hasn't now, so Van Veen in pole position to get one back. I mean, he was Dutch. I'm sure he was connected to Sunderland. I mean, can't find him now. I've just sent you on Insta, mate. Van Veen is back level. Do you think Bo will ever accept her place? I hope so. Look, and I genuinely hope so. But this one looks as if it's going to a last leg decider. Or is it? There's a chance here. But Connor can't find anything. He has lost the range. The scoring phase has gone from the Connor Scutt darts at the moment. He has a lot to do. Yeah, so he's the guy behind the Toto Dart Kings. Oh, that's magical from Van Veen. The 164 finish sends us to a deciding leg. Connor has the darts. but the last two legs have been bossed by Van Veen. Connor Scutt has lost the range on the scoring phase. No, it's casino company, Rob, basically. It was a way they could legally sponsor dart players in Holland. So yeah, it's not even a management company. It was so in Holland, casinos and gambling could only sponsor teams. So they put together the Toto Dart Kings team, which was quite clever. But Connor Scutt now has 6 darts to win it. Yeah, basically, Rob, yeah. Is he going to go for it, or is he going to lay up? He went for it. No. So is he not? He doesn't own him. I think he was, or he's something like the chief exec, or he's high up in Toto. Doesn't own it, but he's high up. Two darts to win it for Connor Scutt. 2 darts missed. Is Van Veen going to step in? Is he asking you to step in? And that's the experience. Connor Scutt missed a couple of match starts. Kian Van Veen doesn't. The young Dutchman stepped in. Lets the pictures catch up. Van Veen had put his darts away. Connor Scutt's gutted with himself. That seemed a little bit frosty on stage to me, just looking at those pictures. That was a little bit frosty, but interesting. So that concludes today's play, everyone. You guys have been absolutely incredible today, following along the support you have given us. Make sure, if you haven't, you turn notifications on so you know when we go live. 12 o'clock tomorrow as the seeds enter the fray here on the European Tour. But I've been Phil Bars, we've been Online Darts. You guys have been an absolute pleasure this Friday. Remember, make sure you subscribe and we'll see you all 12 PM. See you soon.